So we are live now. So I may start. Meera ma'am, you can just open your camera. Just good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Pooja Asnika, principal of Amol Learning School. I'm here today to introduce Meera ma'am, Meera Achrekar ma'am, who is our skill trainer today. I welcome her on behalf of Amol Learning School. She is since last past decade, she's an international teachers trainer and a coach and a leader in the field of education. She has trained multiple people, multiple institutes, pedagogical training, and she has also written many articles. She is been a great philosopher. She she's also a French facilitator, and since last 10 decades, like she is covering her articles into different culture, music, language, and into different fields of different forms of education. I welcome ma'am, and I it is really good and honor to be ma'am over here with us. So over to you, ma'am. You can just start up instructions for everyone. We will take up the questions at the end, or also if you have any questions, you can just put it into the chat box, and we will have those questions round. And I'll be if you have not registered, please register in the form given. I'll just share the form back again for the e-certificates. And I hope you enjoy the session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja, for introducing me. And I'm happy to be of guidance to the parents who are present here. And I look forward to a conversation. So, welcome everyone. Good evening. We are here for the session on preparing children for future careers, skills every child needs in the digital age. Now, this is going to be an interactive session. So, if I ask you to participate, you can certainly drop your answers in the chat box. And like ma'am already mentioned, the questions will be taken at the end. So let's begin. Okay, as ma'am has introduced, I'm an educator with a decade of experience. I teach the international curriculum and I'm also teacher trainer. I also take workshops on well-being and I certainly used to write in my free time. And music is a passion and I love to train adults as well. Okay, so before we begin, let's look at the flow of the webinar. We'll start with an introduction to the ever-changing world. We will have a look at the future skills, the career possibilities, and how can children be supported before concluding. Okay, before we continue, I want to ask you this question. Okay, which jobs will exist in 2035 according to you? Okay, this is the first question. I'm giving you 30 seconds to write down your answers in the chat box. Yes, we have an answer. Teaching, yes, certainly. Anything else? Others are also welcome to reply. Okay. My next question is, are we preparing them for life, lifetime of exams or for the real life? What do you think? You can type in your answer in the chat box. Yes, parents, your interaction will certainly help us move forward.
Everyone, please interact into the chat box.
Okay, I'm just giving 10 seconds and we'll continue. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so we are basically in a world which is fast changing with AI coming into picture, with technology taking over our lives. And we are unaware of the jobs that may exist in the future. Even 5 years down the line, the amount of careers that may be generated will be different. So here, an essential question that you should ask yourself is, okay, should we prepare our children for exams or for life? Okay, so let us look at the next question. How is our world changing? Can anybody tell me? If you want to speak also, you may raise your hand and speak. Or you can type in the chat box. According to you, how is our world changing? Yes, it's evolving very fast.
The
Okay.
technology what?
Okay. Yes, I heard technology. Anyone else would like to add in? Okay. So we are moving in a world where machines will do repetitive tasks. Everything will be an automation. Okay. Humans will need creativity and emotional intelligence, and careers will not be linear anymore. Okay, in our times or even before our times, we usually used to start with one career and stick to it for the next 35 years. But given the amount of changes coming in, the job curve is not going to be linear. There are going to be changes, and everyone will have to adapt to these changes. So, how can children adapt to these changes in our current time? Let's have a look at it. We are living in a world of AI and automation, remote work. Since COVID, we have work from home as options, especially for IT. It's gig economy. You have your side hustles, you do one job and you do another one on the side. And digital collaboration with so many websites, with so many platforms being available for today's children, you can actually work with collaborators all over the world. Okay, if someone is writing a book in England and they want a designer, they can just put the requirement on a website called Fire or freelance websites for freelancers, and they can get someone from India to design their book. So a lot of collaboration is also coming into place thanks to the technology that we have today. Now, if you see in the difference between the old world and the new world, okay? If you see in the old world, memorization played a huge role. In my time, we would memorize a lot of answers and go. In today's time, also they do. But most of the times, the focus is on critical thinking. What is critical thinking? We will come to know later. Stability was something that our forefathers and even our generation requires in order to run in this economy where inflation is rising. But in the new model, there will be adaptability. There will be more than enough for everybody. And since skills are evolving, children will also have to adapt to the skills. The jobs that exist today may not exist 10 years later down the line. So children will also have to adapt, and we as adults will also have to adapt. Initially, individual work was a focus. We are, as human beings, we are actually supposed to be working in groups, but individual work was something that was required in offices and corporates and everything. And we are, if you see, we are certainly given the prize for standing out, for doing our work, very well as an individual. But in the future, collaboration is going to be the new language. People from all over the world will collaborate to create something different for the future world. Okay, so which skills are essential in today's world? You can type your answer in the chat box. I'm just giving 10 seconds. Parents, please do interact. Your feedback and your inputs are certainly essential in going forward. Okay, so I'm going to repeat. Which skills are essential in today's world according to you? Yes. Yes, communication skills is one. Others? Adaptability, yes. Mrs. Gulati, thank you. Creative thinking, yes, Ms. Avni. Very good. Others may also add in. Social skills, yes, of course. We are social animals and we certainly need to understand how to interact. Empathy and emotional intelligence, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's have a look at the essential skills. Most of you must have had a look at it. Okay, now we have the cognitive skills that come into picture. Now, cognitive skills are skills require critical thinking, problem solving. Yes, thank you so much. Leadership, influence, and programming skills. Thank you. Okay, so instead of giving answers, even nowadays, if you go, I work in a curriculum called IBDP, we actually push the children to ask, why, what do you think? Why is this happening? Why do we see this phenomenon here? So we ask learners to think and reflect on what is happening and to ask questions. Initially, in my times, we would not be pushed to ask questions. We had to accept the things as they were. Even especially during our grandparents and parents' time, we had to listen to the teacher. But here, so we will push our children. We have to ask our children to ask questions. Otherwise, they will just not think. Problem solving is a huge area. We need people to solve the problems that are occurring at a workplace or in our daily life as well. So in this case, we need to give them the tools to allow them to solve these problems. Creativity. Of course, creativity is something that drives us. We need art, we need music, we need something that will push us to live this life in a beautiful manner. So yes, creativity is an essential skill. The second skill is digital skills. We are living in a digital world basically. Okay, so basic tech literacy. Children should know which sites to visit, which sites are harmful, and how to navigate between the false news and the fake news and the real news. Online safety is of importance. You know that there are scammers, you know that there are many crimes taking place. How do we protect our children from the crimes that happen online? So we have to tell them how to navigate in this world of scammers and in the world of people or news that may be fake. Content creation is an upcoming field. We all see reels on Instagram. We all see Instagram influencers everywhere, okay, talking about certain things, talking about products, talking about information as well. So if a child is interested in creating content, that is also a field that will grow and is actually growing right now. AI awareness, AI has come into picture. So of course, we need people and engineers who will work on AI databases and be AI architects and feed information for AI tools to function. So digital skills are certainly essential in the current world. Emotional intelligence. Without emotional intelligence, we cannot be human. Most of the jobs require people skills, and if in that case, we need them to understand how emotional intelligence is essential in the fabric of career, in the fabric of our life. We need children to be self-aware. What are they good at? They should be aware of that. As parents, you can certainly push them to question themselves. What am I good at? What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? Empathy. Okay. In order to listen, in order to understand the person that is talking in front of us, we need empathy. We need to understand how the other person is and what they require from us. Like, for example, when we are working in a service industry, like hotels or banks, we need to understand what the client wants from us and we need to empathize when they talk to us. Especially in fields like coaching and psychology, empathy is a must. Yes, so empathy is a skill that is essential to raise human beings. Communication is a skill, as mentioned before, as we discussed. Hmm. We need to communicate our needs, we need to communicate our wants. So communication in an effective manner is a strong tool. In today's world, even in content creation, people are talking. So how do we enable our children to become excellent orators? We need to work on that and we need to provide them with the tools to become expert communicators. So communication is an ongoing process. It includes language, it includes empathy, and it includes self-awareness. Okay, so it's a combined effort of all these three strengths that will help your child to communicate in an efficient manner and transmit the message that they wish to transmit. Resilience. In today's world where we are surrounded by negative news, we are surrounded by news, posts, fake news, etc. Resilience is of high importance. We see so many cases where children are unable to face the failure, but failure is the key to success. If we do not fail, we will not understand what we need to do in order to succeed. So we need to make the children resilient. They should be able to say that, oh, it's okay that I failed today, but I will succeed in the future. I am capable of succeeding in the future. Let me reflect and let me work on my failure and let me find a solution out of it. So we have to make them resilient in this world where everyone is sensitive. We are exposed to sensitive news and negative news, and we are also facing war-like situations. So that is an essential skill. Next we have, sorry, life skills and adaptability. Okay, so decision making is a skill. Like I just explained, we are in a field, we are working with people everywhere, and if we have to solve something, we need to make decisions as well. Even in our daily life, like for example, as a parent, you may need to decide, what do I need to give him in the tiffin? It's the same way. A child has to understand that I have to make difficult decisions. Okay, what do I need to do in order to progress or succeed in my field? Okay, they have to be given tools to make their decisions on their own without being dependent on an external source. So please, these decision making is essential in today's world. Time management. We all know that time is of essential importance. Time runs out. Okay, every day we have a lot of tasks and we need to manage them properly. So how can you enable your child to manage the time in a way that they finish all their tasks? Do you organize time? Do you have journals? Do you have something that will help them outline their work according to the time? Then yes, time management is a skill that is essential. If we are unable to do the work on time, it leads to a lot of pressure and stress, which is not welcome for anyone, even an adult. So time management is an essential skill. I also believe that financial awareness is an essential skill that we usually learn when we grow up. Sometimes I feel that if I knew a lot of things as a child or as a teenager, it would have really helped me. Okay, so in today's world, we need to understand how children can plan financially and how you can provide them the tools to understand how to save money, how to grow it, okay, and how they can live a extremely comfortable life, even with the knowledge that they will not have pension. We all know that we also do not have pension system. Government employees used to have it. So we are all dependent on planning our finances carefully. It is a skill in today's world where we do not know how the financial landscape will be in the next 2 or 3 years. This is something that needs to be inculcated from their teenage years. Embracing change. As I said, change is a constant. The only constant in life is change. How will you enable or how will you push your child to face this change? Does he or she get scared with change? Or is he or she adaptable to change? That you need to think, and you need to certainly inculcate this knowledge that change is constant. We have to be ready for change. Nothing is constant. Like I previously said, even the jobs that exist today may not exist tomorrow. So we have to be adaptable and embrace the change that comes along with it. Curiosity. As children, we were also curious. Arey, why is the earth round? Why is the sun shining? We need to we need to motivate them to be curious. Today's children are usually on their phones, on their mobile phones, and ChatGPT gives them answers. But why not we remove that part? Why don't we remove the phones and ask them, to ask questions, to wonder why the sun is shining, why the earth is round, why are certain things the way they are. Curiosity is certainly essential, especially in research. If you're planning to become a researcher or if your child is planning to become a researcher, curiosity is an essential skill that will drive him to become an efficient researcher or a scientist. Now let's see, okay, what the careers of tomorrow. Okay, most of them are digital. Okay, before we continue with this list, would you like to add anything to the list? Any careers that are not mentioned here, but they can be future careers. I'm just giving 10 seconds. You can put in your thoughts in the chat box, please. Anything that is not in the list, but can be and has the potential to become a future career. Anything? Okay. So we have a list of careers. You may certainly add a few more to this list. So coding and app development are certainly on the rise. I myself am a teacher, so I see 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds making apps, and I'm surprised, because when I was in school, the only thing we were taught were Excel, PowerPoint, and we did not have the knowledge of making apps. But today, making apps has become so easy, and everybody has apps. Yes, Ms. Zinat, yes. Okay, travel and to sustainability consultant. Yes, I'll come to that also. Programming skills. Yes. Okay, so coding and app development have become essential, and today's kids are thriving in it. When I see my students, okay, I also wonder, that these things will be essential in the future. We have one more answer, medical profession, of course. Essential skills like army, medical profession will always exist because those are essential skills that we require. Though that is a question of life and death, and we put it in their hands, in the hands of doctors and our armed forces. So those professions are here to stay forever. Graphic designing is certainly a skill. With the help of AI, you are also able to create images and utilize them in ads, advertisements, social media posts, etc. So it is something that is always going to be there, albeit with a few changes. Okay. Another profession on the rise is digital marketing and SEO. Okay. Can anybody tell me what they understand by SEO? You may be also in the same field. So if you would like to put it in the chat box, you can tell me. Digital marketing is basically utilizing all the digital platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything to promote a brand. Okay. So digital marketing is on the verge of growing. It's still growing. Another thing is now people have personal brands like influencers. So for them also, these digital marketers certainly promote their posts, their reels, etc. So if you see, digital marketing has also branched out into influencer marketing. So that is also a lucrative field. Search engine optimization or SEO is something that allows people to use keywords and search for articles, etc. We utilize that while searching for articles on Google. Okay, so that is something that will exist. Content creation, like I mentioned, we have so many Instagram influencers. So content creation is always going to be on rise. We have different platforms like YouTube. Those who do not wish to show themselves in front of the camera, for them we have blogs. Substack is something that is on the rise. Before we used to have different blogs like WordPress, etc., where we used to write. Even I have utilized those blogs to write my articles. So certainly you have content creation. It can be video creations or written content that is created. Freelancing in all sorts of fields is possible nowadays. Since COVID, if you see, people can work from home. Remote work has become possible. So if your child does not wish to work full time, freelancing is certainly an option. You have different platforms which provide where the sellers or where the companies put up their requests, and the freelancers can take in and contact them, and they can work out their deal and freelance for these companies. So it is not limited to a country. One can take up assignments of USA as well. It depends from person to person and from field to field. Media, like I said, is here to stay. We love movies. We love watching movies. We love listening to music. We love watching news. So media is here to stay, but it may change its form. Like it may just like we have videos on social media, reels, etc. So only the medium may change, but media is here to stay. We love entertainment and we love our Bollywood. Okay, so anybody who's interested in cinematography, writing, editing, that is a very good field to explore as well. Life coaching is another field which is on the rise with the amount, with the increase in mental health issues, or with the increase in what you say, requests for directions or guidance in their life coaching, psychologists, therapists are certainly required in our life. So it is a noble profession which allows you to help individuals find their way and become themselves again. So certainly a career worth exploring in the future. Entrepreneurship. So if your child certainly has skills to become a businessman or businesswoman, entrepreneurship is certainly essential. Nowadays, children also, in my school also, they have something like Shark Tank or something like pitches where children make their own products and put up a pitch. And it's very interesting to watch the ideas that they have, the ideas they generate and present. So certainly kids have a if kids are curious and they have a very good imagination, I would say. So if they have a product that they would love to create and sell, I would suggest entrepreneurship or even coaching other businessmen once they grow in their own field. Okay, then we have AI developer. Then we have AI developer or tutor and trainer. Okay. AI developer, like I said, we have so many AI tools coming to place. We need developers for them. They even need content writers or people who will feed in the content in the AI tool. So that is certainly a field that is growing at the moment. Tutor and trainer, we always are learning. Even if we replace teachers by robots, they will need the human touch. So teaching, okay, training, tutoring are fields that are going to stay. And if you feel that a child is inclined towards these fields, certainly motivate them to explore them. How? We will see later. Just give me a minute. Okay. Now, my next question is, how can parents support career-focused learning at home? Okay. I would like to give you 10 to 20 seconds in the chat box. Tell me, how can you as a parent support career-focused learning at home? Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll just have water. Till that time, I want you to write in the chat box. Yes. How can you as parents support career-focused learning at home? You can give an example as well. Okay. Yes, very essential. Support them in all their failures and wins, as well as wins. Okay. By giving them opportunity to learn new things. Yes. Anything else? Yes, by providing them exposure to all sorts of possibilities. Yes, certainly. Okay, like we discussed, okay, encourage curiosity and questioning, okay, from your children's end. Allow them to make mistakes. It is very essential. Yes. Ms. Avni, support skill building at home. Very, very essential. Making them self-confident. Yes, self-confident and self-aware. And encourage them to follow their goals. Certainly. We, as parents, it is essential that you become their champions. You are the first champions before everyone. Yes. And create a safe environment for exploration. Very good. Okay. Also allow them to make, like one of the parents said, okay, support them in their failures, allow children to make mistakes and learn. That's how they learn. It is human to make mistakes. Yes, to we have in Latin, right? We have a saying, right? To err is human. Okay. Expose them to different careers and experiences by means of different career fairs. So if in your city or if Amar Learning School is providing them learning fairs, of course, visit them, visit what the universities, etc. Visit those university fairs and see what do they like. Okay. Have real life conversations about money, decisions, challenges when you're helping them explore their skill. Okay, also make them aware of what do these things entail, okay? The with respect to finances, with respect to decisions, and what kind of challenges are there. Okay. As parents, we try to protect them, but we also have to give them the real picture. Okay. If you are, for example, if your child wants to go become an artist, okay, talk to them. How is their first few years going to be? How are their first few years going to be? What challenges may they face before they actually have their breakthrough? That is exactly necessary here. Okay, we have four more answers. Yes, parents don't need to have all the answers. They just need to be open doors, ask good questions, and stay curious alongside the children. Very, very essential. I also tell my children I don't have all the answers, but I will certainly help you find them. Okay. Support for their dreams, yes, certainly. Problem solving, be a role model, yes, certainly they look up to you. So you have to emulate what you wish them to do as well. Okay, limit passive screen time and promote active learning. I think most of the parents have this problem that children are on their phone. Okay, they do not wish to do any other sport or activity. I see so many youngsters sitting outside with their phones, sitting beside each other, but they're playing on the phone. I'm like, why are you not enjoying the outdoors? Why are you not playing? Okay, playtime is essential. So if they are addicted to their phones, take away that phone, explain them why it is essential to limit the screen time. Model learning, like one parent said, okay, you model. If you're reading, your child will read. If you're open to suggestions, your child will also be open to suggestions. So you have to behave in the manner that you wish your child behaves as well. Okay, grow with them, grow alongside them, and tell them that it's okay to make mistakes. Okay, as a parent, I want you to reflect. Okay, am I focusing more on marks or skill? Do I allow my child to fail safely? Am I preparing them for exams or life? How can I make them independent learners? Okay. So I want you to take around 10-20 seconds. Okay. Put up the answers as well on the platform. I think how can I make them independent learners is something that we discussed in the previous slide. But you can put up the answers for the three skills. Okay. Take 10 to 20 seconds. Reflect on it. Once you're done, you can put your thoughts in the chat box and we will continue. If you're done with the reflection, please put your thoughts in the chat box and also put a thumbs up so I'm aware that you're done with this activity. It is an interactive session. It's also for you to understand yourself and your relationship with the child as well. So certainly do participate. Okay, thank you, Ms. Ramya. Thank you, Mr. Riyanj. Yes, parents must support the child in all the activities of life. Yes, you should give them the independence of creating a simple study routine, and then you can give your feedback. Yes, true. Thank you, Ms. Avni. Very well written. Okay, so I hope you have understood. You can use these questions in your daily life as well, from time to time, from an interval. From time to time, you can use these questions to reflect on yourself as well and what you can do better to help your child succeed in a particular skill or go towards a particular career. Okay, so an activity that you can do with your child is ask them what do they like as subjects or hobbies, make a list of it. Okay, which skills do they require in these areas? So you can make two columns. Okay, one, what does your child like, and what are the skills that are required? Which skills are developed in these particular activities, and which career would they like to pursue? And which skill would you like them to explore and learn? Okay, so you can make a chart of a sort with your child and then see how you can help them to explore this particular skill and learn it. Please remember, take baby steps. If they like 5 things, they do not have to learn these 5 things together all at once. They can start with 1 or 2 skills, and then as time progresses, they can take up new skills. With age, of course, their likings will change. Even, as adults also our liking changes. So we are going to, of course, guide them and give them practical knowledge about their choices and help them grow in it. Okay, so this is an activity that you can do with your child to figure out which career or which skills would they like to pursue in future. Prepare children for life, not just for exams, because the future belongs to those who can think, adapt, and grow. Okay. So, learning and unlearning is a part of our growth, even for us, even as they grow. That is certainly a skill that will be essential for them. Adaptability is essential in today's ever changing world, and that is only the way we can grow. Okay. Now you're going to reflect, okay, which is one skill you would like for your child to start building. Okay. Anything? This is the last question, so you can put it up in the chat box. 10 seconds. Which is that one skill that you would like your child to build or to pursue today? It should be based on the likings of a child and their inclination as well. So quickly in the chat box, if you can take 10 seconds and tell me. Okay, social and communication skills, interpersonal skills. Yes, thank you. Okay, other parents are also welcome to add in. Critical thinking, certainly, yes. In today's world, critical thinking is essential. Yes, anyone else would like to add in? Yes, communication skills. Okay, now that you have outlined the skills that you want to develop, okay, or that you would like your child to develop, then we can make a plan. How can you help them develop these skills? So at home, certainly, once this webinar is over, you can take some time out and reflect on them. And with this question, we come to the conclusion of this webinar. I would like to thank you all for being such wonderful listeners and active participants. And I would like to thank the Amor Learning School and Dr. Pooja Anjanikar for giving me this platform and providing the guidance that you require as parents for your children. So thank you so much. And if there are any questions, I think you can ask. Yes, Mr. Dr. Anjanikar, you can take the
Yeah.
continue here.
So parents, we have come to the end of the session. I request if you have any questions, you can put in the chat box so that we can have this interaction. Any questions for Dr. Meera? We can just ask question regarding child psychology or regarding the session. Any question you have, just put it in the chat box. 5 more
Also,
minutes
if
we
you
have.
think Also, if you think you benefited from this session, please do put in your feedback. That would certainly help me understand if this session has been helpful or not. And certainly you can switch on your mic and ask me the questions that you have.
Feedback is more essential. Everyone's feedback matters a lot. Please put in your feedback. The session was very interesting and wonderful. Really gave me a nice insight into it. I also kept on thinking which are those skills as a principal, as a school. We also need to have that kind of adaptability and the skill where upcoming, the 21st era, the child should meet up the expectations. So thank you, ma'am. It was really great session. Any questions, parents? Avni says highly relevant and timely topic. The session was well structured and engaging for the parents. Thank you, Avni. Anything related to your child, if parents you want to ask, please go ahead. Put your questions in the chat box. We do have our YouTube channel. Please visit our YouTube channel. Put your comments. The recorded session will be there on the YouTube channel. It will help you all to recollect the session. Yes, I'm sharing the link. People
We'll
who have
just
not
wait for
registered.
2 minutes. Dr. Anjanikar, if
Yes,
there
we
are
can
any
wait for
questions.
2 minutes. Yes. So, parents, if you don't have any questions, just put a thumbs up into the chat box so that we'll come to know that we would end the session now. If no more questions are there. Good. So we are getting feedbacks, good feedback. So I could declare the session to be end, and thank you very much, Meera ma'am, again. And as Amor Learning School has been always been put forwarding the best coming up for parents. So I hope you have enjoyed this webinar. Do keep touch with us onto the YouTube and all the social media platforms. Thank you very much. We'll meet again on next Saturday. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and I hope it helps you. And certainly, if there are any questions, I think Dr. Anjani is there, and I'm on LinkedIn, so you can certainly be in touch through that way. Thank you so much.
Surely, surely. Feedbacks are good. Good topic for both children and parents, and it was good idea that we keeping children good. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'll declare the event to be end today. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye.